This is the solution to question 2a number 4. And the question reads, a group of hikers is to travel X kilometers by bus at an average speed of 48 km per h to an unknown destination. They then plan to walk back along the same route at an average speed of 4.8 km per h and to arrive back 24 hours after setting out in the bus. If they allow 2 hours for lunch and rest, how far must the bus take them? So like all maths problems, we have to get to an equation, and then we can solve the equation. And the way we get to the equation is we consider what we do know and what we don't know. We don't know the distance, so that's what we have to find out. And we know something about speeds, and we know something about total time. So the way we're going to do this is to add the times for each part of the journey, add them up and get to 24, because that's what the question says, and that will give us the answer. So the first part of the journey is the journey there, and then there's the journey back, and there was also a rest stop. Now what do we know about times for the journey? Well, we remember the crucial formula that relates distance, speed as time. Distance equals speed times time. And that also gives you speed equals distance over time, and time equals distance over speed. There are different ways of remembering this. D equals ST sounds a little bit like the initials of dogs are strange things, but the simplest way actually is to remember that distance equals speed times time, and that will do it for you. You might notice that speed here is distance over distance over time, and if you notice on your car speedometer, that speed is measured in kilometers per hour. That's a distance divided by a time, so that's another way of remembering that speed is a distance divided by a time. But in this case we want to know about time, so in this case we want to use time is distance over speed. Now, so what is the time taken for the journey there? Well, the distance is x, and the speed is 48 km per h. On the journey back, it's the same distance, doesn't say so explicitly in the question, but that's obvious, and the time is 4.8, that's what it says in the question. And the rest stop is 2 hours. And that, according to the question, totals 24. So that's where we're going to get our equation from. So, the equation is x over 48 plus x over 4.8 plus 2 equals 24. We can rearrange that a little bit. X over 48 plus x over 4.8 equals 22. That's we subtracted 2 from both sides. Multiply through by 48, and that will get rid of the denominators. So x over 48 times 48 is x. X over 4.8 times 48, well, the 48 and the 4.8 cancel, leaving 10. So it's x plus 10x on that side. And then that's going to be 48 times 22, which I won't bother to calculate yet for reasons which will become clear in a moment. This is 11x equals 48 times 22. We can now divide by 11, and we get x equals 48 times 2, because 22 divided by 11 is 2, equals 96. Don't forget the units. The units in the question were kilometers, so that's what the units in the answer will be. And that concludes the question.
Made with Doodlecast Pro.